nerdpreneurs. Welcome back to Market Like a Nerd, and get ready to geek out with me because today I'm joined by creator of Founder magazine, Nathan Chan. Whoop whoop. Hey Nathan.
Hey Amanda, how you doing?
Good. Welcome to Nerdpreneur Nation.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, well, we are stoked to have you. So for everyone who's listening, today we got a special treat for you. We're going to be talking about how Nathan here has used Instagram to grow his business to 950,000 followers in 2 years from scratch. Yeah, that's right. Pick your jaw up off the ground. So first, let me tell you a little bit more about Nathan, and then we'll talk about his tips for growing a massive following using Instagram. Nathan is the publisher and editor of Founder magazine, a digital magazine for young entrepreneurs. It's on the App Store and Google Play Store. Nathan launched Founder in March 2013 from his bedroom, and in a small period of time, it has become a top 10 ranked business and investing magazine on the App Store. As publisher of Founder, Nathan was a finalist for Publisher of the Year for 2014 and 2015 in the Digital Magazine Awards. He's had the pleasure of interviewing some of the most accomplished entrepreneurs around the world, namely Sir Richard Branson and Arianna Huffington, and so many more. Now, that's the overview of his story and biography, but I want you to get to know the real Nathan. So before we dive into the meat of today's episode, let's have some fun. Nathan, are you ready?
Let's do this.
All right, so you said you've interviewed some amazing people, right? But let's say you're interviewing Snoop Dogg. Do you ask if he's high or you just assume he is?
Just assume he is.
Probably a safe bet. Would you rather have someone following you around, constantly Instagramming photos of your everyday life, even when you go to the bathroom, or get blocked from ever going on Instagram ever again?
Probably someone following me around.
You want those bathroom pics?
Instagram's a lot of fun, and we use it to grow the business. That's key.
Nathan on the toilet. Click. All right. Now, okay, so you're that loyal to Instagram, but let's say Instagram goes bankrupt. Which social media platform do you go to next?
Facebook.
Yeah, I love me my Facebook, my Zuckerberg. I know you're on a top 10 iTunes list, but which of the other top 10 lists are we more likely to find you on? The top 10 Netflix binge watchers list or the top 10 Netflix and chill?
Oh, geez. Probably the binge watchers. I'm in a long-term relationship these days, so not so much honeymoon period, you know.
Oh, no judgment. Oh, my gosh. It's a problem. Like, I cannot go to sleep without watching The Arrow or The Flash or DC's Legends of Tomorrow. It's a real problem, Nathan. All right, lastly, and most importantly, when you inevitably hit 8 figures, what unneeded luxury will you buy first? A gold toilet with a heated seat or a trained penguin that delivers napkins at lunchtime?
Oh, that's a tough one. Yeah, because one of our goals this year is to hit 8 figures. I think both are a bit excessive. Probably the gold toilet seat, but just for laughs.
Really? I want the penguin, Nathan.
Yeah.
All right, and you will totally hit 8 figures. I'm excited to watch it happen. So that was fun. Let's get down to business, though, okay? So, Nathan, you told me you were going to share with us today how you've used Instagram in your business to grow it to 950,000 followers in 2 years from scratch. So let's dive in. Can you get a little OCD with us and break it down into your 3, maybe 5 main steps or tips that you have for us today?
Yeah, done.
Go for it.
Awesome. So a lot of people, contrary to belief, think that at Founder we're really obsessed with the amount of followers we have on Instagram. And I think the first step that people need to take notice of is, for us, it actually doesn't really matter how many followers we have. For us, it matters how much traffic we can drive using Instagram. So step number 1 is worry less about your followers and make sure that you just have a great profile set up and obsess about the link in your bio for your Instagram account, because that's the main way that you can drive traffic. Yes, we do manually, say if you want X lead magnet or X guide or download X, go to www.whatever, founder.com, whatever. But I think people need to understand that the best way you can utilize Instagram is to obsess about that link in the bio, and yet do whatever you can to get people to click on that profile link in the bio, because that's what truly drives traction. You can also, get people to swipe up with Instagram stories if you are a verified account. We just recently got our account verified, which is extremely powerful to drive traffic, which I've tested. But I think the first step for people, if they really want to utilize Instagram as a growth channel, is it's less about the followers and more about the clicks.
I love this, actually. I love this because you're right. A lot of people obsess about this. Like, how can I get more followers? How can I get more likes? How can I get more comments? But that doesn't matter if it's not doing something for your business. And the way that you make money in any business is you create offers and you send traffic to it. So you have to have the traffic. And that's really what social media is for. It's for driving traffic.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I see Instagram, I see podcasts, I see your blog. These are just all channels. So for us, yeah, look, it's great, and it's amazing. It's an amazing platform that we've used Instagram to build this massive community, which is really allowed to also grow the reach of our brand and the reputation of our brand at a very fast pace. But I think step number one is, contrary to belief, focus on how much traffic you can drive and treat Instagram like a channel. It's not the business.
Now, because that tip, you're saying to really focus on the link in your profile and making sure that it's set up to actually drive traffic from Instagram rather than the followership. Can you talk a little bit more about that link? Do you recommend that you send people to your website, to a landing page, to an Instagram exclusive free gift, or what should they be putting for the link there?
Depends on your funnel. So if you're a local-based business, I've seen some great local-based businesses, they just give away a coupon code to from a landing page. I've seen other businesses where it's like, they have a series of food trucks around Australia, and if you go to their site, it takes you to a truck finder, and it'll actually automatically pick up where your location is and help you find the closest truck. It just really depends. If you have an e-commerce based business, you probably don't want to send people to the landing page. You probably just want to send them to your Shopify store. So yeah, it just really depends on the kind of business that you're running. But I think, if you want to do it properly, top part of funnel, giveaway, some sort of exclusivity, making it a no-brainer, that kind of stuff.
So I guess a mini tip here would be, if you really want to leverage social media to the fullest, get clear on what your sales funnel is so that you're actually driving traffic to the right thing.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah. Okay, beautiful. Love it. So I cut you off earlier. You were going to say your tip too, but I just had more questions for you.
Yeah, no stress. Okay, all good. So you want me to go for step number 2 now?
Go for it.
Awesome. So step number 2 is, once you've got the foundation set up and you have a mindset of using Instagram as a traffic source and a way to build a reputation for your brand, but end goal is driving traffic, you just have to really focus on producing really, really great content on a consistent basis. So since we've been on Instagram for 2 years exactly now, 2 years and 2 months, one thing that still holds true is posting awesome content that is relevant to your niche or market that you serve, that your audience loves, that looks great on a consistent basis. Like, yes, I'm going to share some more growth tactics, but fundamentally, Instagram, all it is just photos and videos. It's extremely intimate. And if you're a brand, you just need to keep it simple. Awesome content that your audience loves on a consistent basis. We've only missed 1 day of posting on Instagram. And that's just a snowball effect.
And if you think about it in conjunction with this first tip, I imagine a big part of the reason why you say this is kind of twofold. Is number one, when you put this great content out there on Instagram, your followers, who are the people who first see it, your followers are going to really know, like, and trust you, and that's going to nurture your relationship with them, which is going to make them more likely to start clicking on your offers and clicking through to go through your sales funnel. And then when they go through it, they're going to be nurtured, so they're more likely to buy. But then the other thing too is when you put out great content, people share great content. So you're getting exposed to your followers, and then that grows your followership, which then grows the traffic.
100%. Because any content play, whether it's social, whether it's blogging, podcasting, you name it, it's all about great content on a consistent basis in the simplest form. So for us, we do great content at scale on Instagram. So we post anywhere between 5 to 7 times a day. And that works. Do
you manually post it, or do you have something that automatically posts it? Are you the one who's posting it? Are team members posting it? How do you manage that?
Team members are posting manually.
Okay, I was just curious because you've got a hefty followership, and I know you've got a hefty team, so that's interesting. Okay, so you're getting team members who are manually posting this content 5 to 7 times a day. Is that content typically like photos of you, photos of your magazine? Is it quotes? I mean, what type of content are they putting out there?
So for us, we've found the best kind of content is either photos of our magazine or quotes or startup tips and facts. That's what our audience loves. But if you have an e-commerce business and you sell hair extensions and that's your brand, you're not going to really post quotes. You're going to post photos mainly of those hair extensions and people using them. So it depends on the audience and niche. You have to test that, and that's really, really important. You really have to know what your audience likes, what's going to make them, tag their friends, what's going to make them want to share it, screenshot it, caption it, write to you, private message you. And we've found for our niche in the market that we serve with Founder, that's the best kind of content to produce.
You know what I like about your answer? There's a lot of coaches and experts and, like Instagram strategists out there who will get really, really good at their model and the way that they do things. And that's the exact way that they'll tell everyone else to do it. And already twice you've said it kind of can depend on the business. And here's some examples of how else it could be done. I love that because you're basically saying that this is a framework that you should follow, but within that framework, you're going to customize it to your business.
100%, because it just comes down to what's right. Like I look at Nike and they mainly post photos of their shoes, right? And that's one of the largest branded Instagram accounts in the world. So I follow what is relevant.
Now, I know you're posting content. Are you also like direct messaging your followers? Are you commenting on your own? Are you like having conversations in the comment section with your follower? Like, do you treat it kind of like Facebook?
Yes. So one of our rules is that we treat our community like gold. And if they take the time to give us their attention and leave a comment on one of our images, we do our very best to write back.
Aww.
So
I love that.
It's not me. It's someone in our team, virtual assistant. One of her jobs is to just show the love, and part of that is to write back when people ask questions, to write back to people that write to us. So she has a community management task, but also in terms of growth strategies, because our account is verified and because it is quite large, we've found a lot of success with growth on commenting on other big Instagram accounts. Because, for example, Richard Branson's over 1 million followers, I think, right. Or he's getting close. And he has a great target audience that, if anyone follows him, they're probably interested in entrepreneurship and startups. So what we've found is when we comment on someone per se, like a big account or someone that's relevant that we want to target to join our community or follow the brand, if we leave a comment on any of those images, when someone looks at an image, at the bottom of the comments, Founder will appear. Even if there's 100 comments, 1,000 comments, Founder will appear because Instagram is placing relevancy on larger Instagram accounts or verified Instagram accounts. So a lot of people will see, and we're seeing a lot of growth, daily increase in daily follower growth from doing that. So we do outbound comments and also inbound.
Oh, snap, guys. That was a writer downer. So far we've got here, you have to understand, like, fundamentally what Instagram is and how it works, which is it's a traffic source and you want to use it to drive traffic and drive clicks. So fundamentally understand that first and foremost, because that's going to impact how you behave and the actions that you take on the platform. Once you know that, then coming up with a content schedule and plan that you can use on your platform so that when you actually get followers, you're consistently nurturing them and getting them to share your content. We kind of even drifted into, I guess, another little tip here, which is once you have the content and the schedule, you have to actually grow the platform. And one of the little hacks you mentioned there was going on to some of the bigger Instagram profiles that are congruent with your niche, like their following is your following, and simply commenting and leveraging their followership to build your own.
100%.
All right, beautiful. So we've got 3 tips here about mindset, essentially nurturing and creating the content and then growing the viewership. Is there any other little Instagram hacks or tips that you want to share with us?
Yeah, sure. I got heaps more. I got 2 more. So once you've got a good foundation, you've got a great mindset for the purpose of having an Instagram account and using it to build your business or your personal brand, depending on where you're at. Then the next step is to really, really focus on other growth strategies. So I have a few other growth strategies. I could talk about them all day, but a great one to start with is you have to really focus on getting other big accounts to share your content. So other big Instagram accounts to share your content.
How do you do that?
So you've got 2 options. You either pay them or you find out another mutually beneficial exchange in value. So let's say you have an e-commerce business or you sell a physical product. You give that product to that person for free, like influencer marketing. For us in the early days, we built up networks that featured some of those people, wrote a blog post about them, featured them in the magazine, and built relationships which were extremely beneficial to us. That's how we were able to grow our Instagram so fast in the early days, because it's all about shout outs. That's what they're called. In the Instagram world, they're called shout outs, paid shout outs, or S for S. So S for S is shout out for shout out, share for share.
Gotcha.
Where you want to do whatever you can to get people to share your content. So if you are just getting started, you have to look for mutually beneficial exchanges in value to get other big Instagram accounts to share your content. So
yeah,
I'll give you an example. I've got Founder. That's my main focus. It's my first business, and my girlfriend. I'm helping her start up a little side hustle project. And it's an e-commerce company, and I'm helping her create it, and we're working on it together. And I'm documenting, because a lot of people say all these rubbish things about, Instagram algorithm doesn't work, Instagram's not relevant. And I know it is. We have students as well that use it all day, every day. But it's just a fun project for me as well to help her with. And long story short, how are we going to build this account from scratch? 1, we're going to focus on the traffic. 2, we're going to post consistently. We can't start posting consistently yet because we don't have the actual product finalized. We're still in prototyping phase. But as soon as we get that product, we're doing an MOQ, minimum order quantity, of 3,000 units, and we will allocate, at least 10% of those units to give product away for free. And we're going to give, at least 300. These are drink bottles, so it's a drink bottle, a beautifully designed, time marked drink bottle, and we're going to we're going to allocate, give away 200 to 300 bottles.
Do I get one?
Sorry,
I'm kidding.
You don't mean to be rude, but
Nathan doesn't love me, guys.
So yeah, like that's one of the ways that we're going to do it. So that's that's what you do when you get started. I think it's
right.
Just,
I did the same thing. I mean, I didn't do this on Instagram, but I did the same thing online using like telesummits. Inviting big influencers to come and have me interview them, and we exchanged promotions as a part of the telesummit. And I'm a big fan of this because I always tell people there's 3 ways to drive traffic. There's paid traffic, affiliate traffic, and free traffic. And free traffic is kind of like what you were talking about before. Go and post on their profiles. Affiliate traffic is, paid traffic, we all know what that is. That's like paid advertising. So using Instagram ads, for example. Affiliate would be collaborating with another authority, another influencer, so that you can leverage the community that they've built to build your own. And I find that type of traffic, it's one of my favorites because it's so high impact with typically very little effort. It can often also be free. So you get a faster form of traffic than just the other typical free forms of traffic. And it can often be free. But then the bonus points, because by aligning yourself with those influencers, you are then seen as more of an influencer. So it kind of kills so many birds with one stone. It's so powerful. And I always tell people, really go big. Go big or go home. Like when I'm inviting people to my podcast or to my telesummits, I'm really going for the best of the best, the biggest of the biggest, because, the worst thing that happens is they say no. That's all.
Exactly.
So I love this. Thank you so much, Nathan. And I'm excited that I got to have you on here too. Partially because I wanted to tell you a funny story. It was a couple months ago. We were both featured on Influencive, right? As one of the top 30 entrepreneurs under 30. We were on that list together, and my husband shared that with someone at his business, at his company, and I guess the marketing guy or one of the people in the company went to I think the founder website and saw a webinar that you were doing about Instagram. And watched the whole webinar, and then apparently was just like going around everywhere saying he was an Instagram expert. Like he didn't implement anything that you said, but he was like, "Oh, I watched this webinar from Nathan Chan, and I'm an Instagram expert now."
Yeah, look, little bit of knowledge can be often dangerous.
But I heard it was good.
No, that's awesome. No, I love when people talking about our webinars. That's awesome.
Yeah. All right, cool. So Nathan, you've already come here and you've shared so much knowledge with us already. And I'm so honored to have you here. Thank you for being here.
Oh, look, thank you so much for having me, Amanda. It's an absolute pleasure.
Of course. Now, for the nerdpreneurs who are listening, who want to get an A+ for effort, those little smarty pants who are going to take that extra step to go look you up online. Can you make it a little easier on them? Where can they find you? I know you have a gift for us. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so if people want to find out more about the brand and what we're up to, you can just go to founder.com, foundr.com. And if you'd like to download a free issue of the magazine, you can just go to foundermag, foundermag.com/Branson.
And then we're going to get the free Richard Branson issue, right?
Digital version only.
Love it. All right. Thank you so much. So Nerdpreneur Nation, there you have it. Our Instagram superhero has swooped in to save the day. Woo! Crowd goes wild. To grab your free Richard Branson issue, go to foundermag.com/Branson. Yeah, boy. Thank you so much, Nathan.
Thank you so much, Amanda. Absolute pleasure.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And thank you guys for being here and for listening. We hope that you learned a lot. We can't wait to hear where these tips take you. We'll catch you next time on Market Like a Nerd. Have a nerdtastic day, guys. Bye.